Good evening, Patriots. Dan Dubois, Canadian Combat Coalition National President. We're also known as C3. Just a spontaneous video here, something real quick that I wanted to speak about. I've been urged by Sunshine Lingale, an awesome patriot that I had the pleasure of meeting on Capitol Hill in Ottawa on July 14th. This woman, part of the Chinese community in Alberta, a great leader out there, traveled from Alberta all the way to Capitol Hill, Ottawa, July 14th to attend our rally. She brought along many of the Chinese community. Some of them we had the pleasure of hearing them speak as some of our speakers on the Hill that weekend. The reason I mention Sunny is that she brought to my attention something that I had only heard rumors of. I hadn't seen the video. Hopefully Sunny's going to be able to put the video in the comments section underneath this video. And it's concerning a Burnaby, BC school board candidate. His name is Larry Haynes. Now, I saw the video, and I've never seen such terrible behavior by a grown man in a long time. This man pushes this young lady with a very young infant in her hands. He pushes her into a doorway just to get her out of the way because he's trying to quell her. He doesn't want to hear what she has to say, and she's got good questions about what's going on in our education system in Canada right now. And the reason I decided to make this video is because I'm also concerned. I totally agree with Ford bringing back the old education system, especially when it comes to our primary schools. And this another reason that I want to talk about this is because I have 4 kids. I raised 3 girls and a boy myself. I was a single parent to these 4 kids. Great kids. They turned out all to be, all 4 of them great kids working. They've all moved away. That's why I rented out that house and moved into this other house I had because it's much smaller and I'm all by my lonesome. Empty nest syndrome. The kids have all moved out, and it happened pretty quickly. Over a matter of 2 years, they were all gone. And, you know, it's a great thing. Let them spread their wings, and, you know, I'm very proud of them. But anyways, I digress. This education system that Wynne and other liberals are trying to impose on our primary school system is to let the LGBTQ agenda be front and foremost in the education system, it seems. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't feel that primary school kids should be concerned with their sexuality at such a young age. This is high school stuff. Nothing wrong with teaching a little bit of sex education. But it's not time to try to push these kids into choosing their sexuality at such a tender age. Now, this new liberal education agenda is pushing the LGBTQ agenda on our kids. Now, let's face it, it's 2018. And the LGBTQ community is very welcome and very accepted in our community. Nobody looks down on people for being gay or bi or trans or what have you. Nobody looks down on them anymore. It's become normal. But why? Why are these people hell-bent on trying to push this agenda on others? There's a strong push, it seems, to try to normalize this, and I mean, maybe normalizing is a bad word, because, you know, in many circles, it's considered very normal nowadays. So, you know, bad choice of words. But, you know, they're trying to, it's more than normalize, it's push this LGBTQ agenda or narrative into primary schools. Like, I don't care what anybody says, call me whatever you want, but I don't agree with people walking around downtown half naked promoting the look at me, I'm gay or lesbian or bi or what have you. If you or I were to walk down the streets on riding a bike half naked, we would be charged and arrested. Now, nothing wrong with being of the LGBT community. But what is wrong is trying to make this an indecent thing. It's become an indecent situation where, why must these people walk around downtown on their gay pride parades and stuff half naked? Why is this tolerated? Why are children exposed to half nude adults, and some of them simulating sexual acts right there on the streets? I mean, okay to be LGBTQ, but must you make it a spectacle? Must you make it an indecent exposition? Must it be pushed on people? Why can't you just enjoy your parade fully clothed and, you know, singing and dancing and having a great time? There's nothing wrong with that. Even dressing in flamboyant type clothing, great. But nudity and pushing, wanting trans people dressed in all these extravagant, obviously LGBTQ type community attire, and having these people go in and read to grade kindergarten, grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, grade 4, read stories dressed like that, is pushing the narrative. And it's not right to be pushing such a narrative on young, influential, or easily influenced, rather, children. I think this should be reserved for high school. And I fully agree with what Ford did when he rescinded the new curriculum from the primary schools that Wynne, a gay person, was trying to impose on our children. It's one thing to be gay, but it's another thing to try to push it on others. And that's where I draw the line, and I don't agree with it. I don't agree with anybody pushing their ideology on anyone. That's why Canadian Combat Coalition, C3 members, we try to fight for our freedom of rights and expressions and our freedom of speech. And, you know, we don't, you know, want to bring in people that are trying to push certain things like Sharia law on our citizens. That is not our way of life, and it doesn't meld with our way of life. Sharia law is not compatible with America's way of life. It is what it is. So if they were to come here and do their own thing, and some of them do, that's fine. But when you come here and you try to push your beliefs on others, that's wrong. And pushing, whether it be pushing your religious beliefs or your sexual beliefs, these are personal decisions that people have to make. And you can't be pushing those beliefs on people. So that's what Sunshine Lingeo is concerned with. That's what this woman was opposing, this candidate. That's what she was speaking out about and asking questions about, like, what's with this new curriculum? And she was opposing this new curriculum that has too much of an LGBTQ narrative associated with it. And this man, Larry Haynes, pushes her out of the crowd so that she can't be heard. Typical left type behavior. Violent, won't listen to others. I swear to God, they think they're liberals, but they're almost communists. The way they try to force their agendas and force their narratives on others, and totally biased. They don't, they got like the blinders on. They won't hear, no rhyme, no reason. They just push their narrative forward. They're right, everybody else is wrong, and that's that. Well, that's wrong. I don't care what anybody says, that's wrong. So I want to thank Sunny for bringing this particular incident to my attention. I agree with her. A short video was worthy to expose this. I hope that she's able to attach the actual video where you see this man push this young lady and her baby. I guess the baby's been crying ever since. He's upset. This act of being pushed and stuff might have, kind of hurt his little feelings, and he's having a hard time getting over it. These babies can easily be hurt for a long, long time mentally, just the way they're treated at a very, very young age. So I hope Sunny's okay with what we did here and what we spoke about, and I hope that I hit the point of view that she wanted me to put across. She knows that we fully support the Chinese community. That's why she approached me. And not only that, we met before. She's an awesome woman, I'll tell you. Sunshine Lingeo, a great leader, Chinese community out in Alberta. One of the greatest patriots. Some of the greatest patriots in Canada are immigrants, ladies and gentlemen. It's a fact. Some of these people have ran away from these terrible ideologies, and now they're seeing some of them coming to Canada, and they're afraid that they'll have to run again. They ran to Canada because they liked our way of life, and they wanted to endorse our way of life and live like we live. These are people that should be endorsed, helped, and totally condoned. So again, thanks Sunshine Lingeo, Sunny, for bringing this to my attention. Hopefully you can attach that video. I want you guys to see it, so you'll see it's terrible the way this man just grabs this lady and pushes her into a doorway forcibly. She's holding an infant. I mean, this infant could have been injured. The lady could have been injured. This is a terrible, terrible man. And I hope he's thrown out of as a candidate for the school board. This is not the kind of person that you want having a voice in our school board. Plain and simple. So thanks again. Sorry it's late. Actually, this video more or less concerns the West because that's where it happened. And it's only late here in the East. We live in the future out here in the East. They're a few hours behind there. So actually it's probably good timing for out West. I lived in Edmonton for 5 years. Awesome. Alberta's awesome province. Western Canada's beautiful part of Canada. If you've never seen it, I hope you do someday. But anyways, again, I digress. Have a good evening, Patriots. We'll talk to you again. Good night.